Hello everyone and welcome to another card video. Today we are playing with some Your Next stamp supplies. We're using the Starburst Background and the mini holiday Martini. We're playing the design team Dare. We were challenged to use our favorite Christmas color combination. I don't really have a favorite, but so I picked red and green. I like the traditional stuff. So I'm cutting a piece of this diagonal striped pattern paper from the Holiday Joy paper pad, and I'm cutting it. This is about 1 inch by 5.5, and I'm just using it. It's gonna peek out from behind the front panel of my card. So I'm using the Misty to line this up. I found that it's a great way. I'm not really great at lining things up. I'm sure you guys can tell, but this really helps me out. So I nest it in the corner there, and then both pieces are lined up exactly. So now if I cut it straight, it should be lined up exactly, but so that's how I do that. And then this is another piece of Neenah. The card base is Neenah 110. This is a piece of Neenah 110. And I'm cutting this off. I'm cutting about a 1/2 inch off. So that's how much of the diagonal stripe is going to peek through. So this is, I guess like 3 3/4 by 5.5. And I'm stamping the largest Starburst from the Starburst Background stamp set. And I'm stamping it in fog. So if you thought I was getting away from the fog, nope, I'm just changing it up. I'm still using the color. It's just not the cardstock, it's the ink. I stamped it twice to make it a little bit darker or stand out a little bit more. And now I'm using the little sentiment that comes in the mini holiday Martini stamp set. It says eat, drink, and be jolly. And I'm stamping that in VersaFine Onyx black ink. And I'm just justifying that to the lower right of that Starburst. So now I'm stamping my mini Martini, and I'm using Your Next stamp black olive ink to do that. And this is a piece of Neenah 80-pound cardstock, and I'm just stamping it twice to make sure it's nice thick lines. And we're going to do some Copic coloring. Now, if you're interested in the exact markers that I used, I do have this Copic color map on my blog if you're interested. But I'm not doing anything intense here. I mean, it's so small that you really can't blend a ton of color, and red is really, let's say, irritable. Red is an irritable color because it likes to bleed all over the place. So you have to use a small amount of ink. And I'm just making a little apple martini out of my my yellow greens, and doing some fancy glossy accents over top of him later. So it's really nothing super fancy. It's just red and green and a little bit of cool gray. Oh, I did. So Dexter, the T-Rex, I had originally painted or colored this guy with black arms and black eyelids, and I didn't really like it, but you know, I was just gonna go with it, like, okay, whatever, it's not great. But Dexter ended up destroying my image before it dried completely with the glossy accent, so I had to recolor it. So when I recolored it, I didn't give him the black arms and eyelids, I just kept them white. But here you can see the black. But in the finished product photos, of course, you're going to see the white because of Dexter. But I completely coat him in glossy accents. And I totally did like all of the glass, not his arms and not the candy cane, not his hat, but I did the glass, and I did the light bulbs at the bottom that are going around the stem. So it takes a fair amount of glossy accents to do this, so I had to leave it to dry for several hours, and in that time, it was disturbed. We'll just say that. It was not left to dry completely before it was handled, and it wasn't by me. So I've strapped a piece of craft foam onto my front panel, and it is being adhered down with 1/2-inch score tape in the same handy way that I did the striped piece. And we're just waiting for the glossy accents to dry. And here's the new piece, and there's the, I don't know if you can tell, but it's totally ruined. So, and we're just putting that right in the middle of that Starburst, and that's it. It's super simple, but I think it's a really cute card, and I hope you enjoyed it. And so check out the blog to see what the rest of the design team created.
No, don't peel it. Let him do it.
I don't know he's gonna match. He's very good at match. He's gonna match. I think I'm gonna get a dragon. It's gonna be a Hatchimal dragon. It's gonna be a Hatchimal dragon. You wanna watch him pop?
Yes.
It's just. I think I'm gonna have a purple dragon. I think it's gonna have a purple dragon. Purple dragon. I see his eye. I see his eye. I see his eye.
Orange.
Blue.
Blue. Light blue is ice cold. Well, I don't think it was ready to hatch yet, buddy.
Look.
You did it, didn't you?
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
top off.
Look. The purple
It's
dragon.
fabulous. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, a purple dragon. It's a purple dragon. So put him back in.
Nope. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dexter. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, well done.
Good job, dude.
Nice.
Each episode is like an hour, so you would, it's like a movie each episode.
I used to watch a show like that. It was Red vs. Blue from Rooster Teeth. It was pretty good.
So what?
It's an extra nutrition kit.
Kid drink stuff. Cool.
Yep, sure.
Red Bull. Right outside.
I mean, I've never seen something so insane.
I know what's in there.
Do you? Was this your present? What do you got, buddy?
What'd you get? RCT. CD Scoopy.
And the tail. The tail's not on though.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Yes.
Yep, that's
All I got was like the back of your neck though.
it's a T-Rex.
It's a T-Rex.
Alright, these are from.
Okay. Set. You see?
Hold on, let me see. Can you see it?
I can see it. I don't know if it's white.
What is it?
Can you see?
The baby Parasaurolophus.
Look, if you put this.
What's in it? What is it?
It's a
It's a
Viewmaster.
Viewmaster.
I know, but what
Dinosaur.
size? Oh.
It's a dinosaur.